welcome to the Beauty of Aging. I'm Angel, and today's vlog is a community request. During one of my summer fashion vlogs, y'all asked for a quick 10-minute summer makeup routine. So without further ado, let's get right to it. The timestamp is going to be more than 10 minutes because I'm stopping to explain what I'm doing, but I think you get the idea. Of course, we are starting with a clean face. I cleansed with the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Soothing Milk Cleanser. It has hyaluronic acid, which is a fantastic ingredient for any skincare product because it binds water to your skin. And of course, your skin needs water. It needs moisture to be hydrated and plump. But before we talk about makeup, we got to talk about skin maintenance. Now we're going to moisturize. And remember, you always want to moisturize with a little bit of water still on your face. Don't wait until your skin is dry to apply your moisturizer. I like these little makeup spatulas because it eliminates adding any unnecessary bacteria. And the moisturizer that I'm using, another Neutrogena product, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Cream. Now, it's important to let each layer dry. Don't keep putting wet layers on top of each other. One of the ways I expedite that is with my little handheld battery-operated fan. And that gets this whole 10-minute makeup routine a whole lot faster. Now we're ready to apply makeup. Now this is our quick 10-minute summer face. So I'm going to use the Make It Matte Primer by Black Girl Sunscreen. It is a 45 SPF. Very, very high coverage. As you can see, it's clear, so it's very, very light. You can also put this on your neck if you wanted to, and the décolletage area. Everything that you do for your face, you can also do, and you should do, for your décolletage area. Remember, under the eyes, we're going to use our ring fingers. And then I am going to, while that's drying, I'm going to add an eyelid primer. This keeps your eyeshadow from creasing. This is by Urban Decay. I'll have all of the products linked. I have a hard, fast rule about makeup. No matter how much or how little, the eyes are the most important part of the makeup routine because they frame your face. I have very, very thin eyebrows and very sparse lashes, and the ones that I do have are silver, so it looks like I don't have any. And that's why I'm so fanatical in that if I don't do anything else, I am doing my brows and lashes. So let's get ready to do these brows. And I'm gonna do one whole side so you can really see what a difference it makes. And I always check up close and then at a distance. So this is a concealer. And it's the same concealer I'm going to use under my eyes to brighten that area. And I'm using this in two ways. One, it's going to define my brows, highlight them a little bit, and it's also going to serve as a base for my eyeshadow. So I'm basically taking a little bit of the product that's on my eyelid, putting it on the brush, and then going up under there like that. And then I'm gonna do the same at the top. And then I'm gonna take this brush and just smooth that out. And the reason you wanna prime your eyelids is really so that when you put eyeshadow on, you really are getting the true color of the shadow. Okay, good. You see, just that little bit made all the difference in the world. You gotta frame your eyes. Okay, let's do the other one. Also, because I have a lot of white hair, I never do my makeup without covering my edges. I bought these Terry spa headbands in bulk, and so I just use them and put them in the washer and with the towels. Just pull that down a little bit. You see that white? If I don't pull that down, that would be brown when I finish. And the other thing about putting that concealer there as your base, you get to kind of clean it up. If you didn't get it quite perfectly, it's not a science, it's art. And remember, when you're doing your eyebrows, this is a good way to measure how far they should go on the inside of your eye and then on the outside. And every useful makeup trick that I have was taught to me by a makeup artist. Okay, you see what a difference that make, y'all? Now I'm gonna, feather these out so it looks more natural. And I'll do that again at the end. Okay, let's get to the foundation. I am using the Laura Geller Baked, Balance, and Brighten. This is in Deep. I have used it before, and I think the first time I used it was in the middle of summer, and I was really tanned, and so when I bought this again, I think I need another shade that's a little bit lighter. It is a powder foundation, but if you can see, it's got this marbling. It prevents the foundation from looking flat on your face. But it is really, really light coverage. So I almost always use this exclusively during the summer. Okay, now I'm gonna take that same concealer that I had on my eyelids. This is a Pat McGrath concealer, just to brighten that area up a little bit. Okay, so while the concealer is drying, remember you gotta let things dry a little bit. I'm gonna swipe the eyelids very quickly with this Juvia's Place palette. I'm gonna start with a light color as the base. Inside. Again, this is our fast face. And it's gonna take one more color, just give it a little dimension. That's a darker color. So this is an old palette, y'all. So the first one I put on was this one. You can see that's light. And then the one I'm putting in the corner for a little definition is that one. And just making sure everything's blended. Okay, and then I'm gonna just take a little bit here in the corner. Again, brightens up that eye area. Okay, done with that. Now our concealer is ready to be spread. I love these disposable wedges. And then I'm gonna take a little bit more concealer and go right here. And then you're gonna see how much that's gonna give that eye area a little bit more definition. Feather that up. And we're gonna blend that all in with a blending brush. Now, one issue that some people have, especially as we mature and we get those fine lines under there, it's how to keep the makeup from settling in those fine lines. So this is a powder by One Size, and just a little bit in there and just tap it. It's not a lot. You're basically just using that to set that under there. A little bit right here. And then I'm gonna immediately brush it off. Okay, now we're gonna get our blending brush and just blend. Because you don't wanna see any lines. Just blending that off. So putting that concealer under the eye really just brighten that area up. And I'm gonna go back with my foundation brush and blend even more. I didn't even put any more makeup on there. Okay, now I'm going to finish the eyes. I'm gonna do an eyeliner. I need the magnifying one for this. Instead of trying to do one straight line across, think of connecting the dots and then you'll get the line that you want. Okay, now the lashes. Y'all, I'm a lash girl because look at here, you don't see, they're so sparse, there's none. But I use Kiss, my favorite, because Kiss has about 100 different kinds of lashes. The Pompadour is my favorite. I do have fuller lashes that I wear for special occasions, like, you know, photo shoots, or if you're going to be on TV or something like that, because you do need everything to be exaggerated for photo shoots and for TV. But just my everyday look is the Pompadour lash. Because here's the thing, I could put on 50-11 coats of mascara. It's not going to do much for my lashes because there's just not much there for it to adhere to. But if you are fortunate enough to still have lovely long lashes, then great. All you need is a little bit of mascara and you're good to go. And the thing about lashes, yes, it takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it down, to me this is about the same amount of time as it would take to put on 3 layers of mascara and waiting for each of them to dry. Because when you are doing mascara, you do need to wait a bit for each layer to dry. A magnifying mirror when you are doing lashes is a must. I think the reason some people have trouble is that they can't really see what they're doing. And you need to give it about 60 seconds before they're really, really set. So don't like immediately put a lash on and then, you know, pull a shirt over your head. Give things time to set. So when you apply the lash, you're starting in the middle and then you're going to the ends to make sure that you've attached it. But you always start in the middle. And if you have a magnifying makeup mirror, you can literally see if it's attached all the way, whether you should be able to feel it. But I mean, I've been doing this so long, yes, I can feel it, but you'll also be able to see it. And I always just kind of make sure I lift them up a little bit to make sure they dry in place more or less. Fan this out a little bit more. Okay, y'all, that's my 10-minute summer face. There's no blush, no bronzer, just an even skin tone, lashes and brows to frame my face. Now, if I wanted to, I could throw a little blush on there. What's left on the brush, right, from the last time I did it. That didn't take long. And then here's the one that I use to do more contouring. I could just take what's left on the brush and do that. But that truly is a 10-minute face. The extra time was just me stopping to explain what I was doing. But you see how, that's why I realized I needed a lighter version of that baked and balance. So whatever is lighter than deep, I will get that. And then once I come from vacation or spending time outside for a long period of time, then I will have this version that will work. But I think you get the point. Now, when do I use this? I'll do this 10-minute face when I'm traveling. I do this a lot in the summer, especially if I'm going to be someplace where I'm going to have my sunshades on the whole time anyway. Then there's no reason to have this full face. Or, if I'm going to maybe a barbecue or whatever, I want to have on a little bit of makeup, but I just don't need a whole full face of 20 products to go to a crawfish boil. I just don't.
I didn't go gray to make a statement. I did it because it felt like me.
Okay, so I'm going to take my headband off, throw on a quick sundress so you can see how this look all comes together with real clothes on. Okay, y'all, I made one little change. I took a little bit of the, well, not really change, just improvement. I took a little bit of the concealer and put a little bit on this highlight brush and then just went under that eye area like that. I just wanted a little bit more highlight. Yep. And then I'm gonna blend that in with the eyeshadow brush. You see how that added just a little bit more? Yep. Wasn't another product, just added a little bit more of the highlighter that I had under the eyes. And now that I'm dressed, everything's settled. I can see if I need to do any touch-ups, but no, I'm gonna have sunglasses on almost the whole time. Okay, let's undo this hair. Heat-free summer hair, that's what we're doing. It's too hot. If you don't know, I live on the Gulf Coast. So my theory is, why spend all that time and energy doing your hair when the humidity gremlins are just gonna come and take all your hard work and turn it into a big, in my case, white fluffy cotton ball. So I'm all about the heat-free. All right, let's do a lippy. I do want something a little light. I'm trying to lean more into the pinks. So this is a Juvia's Place lip pencil. So I do a little outline. And then I just bought these two from MAC. I was thinking I was gonna have to blend them because I couldn't really find what I liked in one shade. So let's see in real time. I actually like this. This is good for summer. What is this called? Pigment of Your Imagination. Oh, I think this is gonna be my summer shade. It is so good. Creamy, yummy. Right before I was getting ready to head out, I realized I wanted a little bit more brightness on my face, but this took less than 10 seconds. This is another one of the Laura Geller Baked and Balanced foundations, but as you can see, this one is a lot lighter. I actually use this one for contouring, but since my foundation is a little dark, this adds a little bit more dimension and brightness to my face. Again, 10 seconds. It didn't add much more time to my routine, but it actually did brighten my face quite a bit. Now for our final step, I get a lot of questions about how to keep the makeup from running when we have hot flashes or just during the summer months. First, one of the most important things is to make sure that the foundation is actually set, that you're actually giving your makeup something to adhere to. And that's why a primer is so important. Whether you're using an SPF primer or a foundation with SPF, you need a primer. The primer is what actually gives the foundation, whether it's powder or liquid, something to adhere to. The second tip is that if you've never considered a setting spray, there are a lot of different ones on the market. This one by Laura Geller, and this is called the Anti-Hot Flash Spray. I just love that name, but it's really just a makeup setting. Most directions will tell you to be 6 to 8 inches away because it's really the mist of the product that you want. If you spray it and you can see it on your face, you are too close. So I'm gonna spray it just to see. It's a very fine mist, so let's see. And that's also another makeup artist tip, to spray it and then go up under as it settles, it falls in. It's super light. Doesn't really have a fragrance, which I love. So whether you use this product or something similar, a good setting spray will really help lock your makeup in place all season long, not just in the summer months. Okay, outfit. A super comfortable halter dress. Got this off the clearance rack at Burlington. If you saw my summer maxis video, I shared that I had rediscovered certain stores and found some great bargains. So anyway, this was one of them. Very simple jewelry. For accessories, I went with the light colored shades. I just love the indoor-outdoor aspect of these. And I'm really into aviators right now. And then the shoes are some of my favorite summer wedges. Just love, love, love them. They go with literally everything. You get that sunscreen for your body, neck to toe. And sis, we are ready to go. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that quick 10-minute summer makeup tutorial. Remember, the most important thing is that you need to have some protection for not just your face, total body. You start with a great sunscreen primer, a little bit of makeup just to even out the foundation. Of course, you always want to frame your eyes because they are the windows to your soul. A beautiful summer lippy and you are good to go. Thanks so much for joining me on another episode of The Beauty of Aging. Let me know if you have any questions. Y'all know I love chit-chatting with you down in the DMs. Join us on Fridays where we live stream right here on YouTube, but also on Facebook and Instagram. Live streaming with the entire Maison 276 and Beauty of Aging community. We talk about a lot of different topics, but they are all issues that are important to you, the woman who is unapologetically growing bolder. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys the next time on The Beauty of Aging. Okay, y'all, bye. Because we're outside.